Just because you fall doesn't mean you failed. And just because you failed at something doesn't mean that your life took a turn for the worse.
Hit that shit, nigga.
We don't know everything, and to make up for that fact, we often just go with the most logical conclusion. And if you've fallen in a major way or failed in a big way, then it might seem logical to think that you're done for. That's not always the case. Let me explain. You might have failed countless of times, literally countless. You might think that there's nowhere else to go but backwards. But while going backwards, you might see some things that you missed. Then you might get the courage to go forward again, but this time with more experience and certainty. Right now, I'm learning that being scared of failure is a normal thing. I am afraid of the possibility that this dream of mine to become a successful YouTuber that helps thousands of people will fail. I am afraid. Trust me. But we gotta know that even though we are scared of failure, nothing is impossible.
Bro, it's the next day, bro. I slept. I left off on this part. Look at this crazy transition. Woo.
You might have been told to just get back up, but I'll tell you why you should just get back up. Because falling down is associated with success. If you've fallen down 10 times, maybe your 1000th is the one that you succeed, but you don't know it yet. And you might be scared of time itself, wasting time. Don't worry, I'm afraid too. But am I gonna let that stop me? Am I gonna give up because of that? You must be drunk, bro. Just because you've fallen doesn't mean it's over. It might seem as if everything is against you mentally, and you might be against yourself too. But Jesus is with you, isn't he? And if your answer is no, then you gotta fix that. You're capable of a lot. Look at David Goggins. Look at Mr. Beast. Look at the successful people. A lot of them started from your position. What's your excuse? And I also make excuses too. I'm not like all perfect. I have many flaws. But we gotta learn to consciously stop making excuses. What if you're the reason why you're failing so much? What if it's your own doubt that's causing your failure? If that's the case, then I gotta say that you only live once on this earth. That doesn't mean to live stupidly, but grab certain opportunities and hold on to them until it's time to let go. Picture your prime, because if you're on this video, I don't think you're in your prime yet. I don't think I'm in mine either, and that's the exciting part. But would your prime self argue with himself as much as you do? Would your prime self make as many excuses as you do? Or would they toughen the hell up and take correct opportunities and live their lives the right way? Now, that's an obvious answer, but actions speak way louder than words do. And even if you do fail, like say you invest all the money you had into something and it falls flat, maybe that failure is the beginning of another greater and better success. Maybe that failure was good because if you went down that path, you do something that you weren't meant to do and be someone that you weren't meant to be. Sometimes failure can be lifesavers. So before beating yourself up more, really take time to think. What doors did that failure open that can be actually good for my life? How far can I go with what I now have? And maybe you'll find out that you can go farther than you thought. As much as I tell you to not be afraid of failure, I don't think that you won't, because I'm afraid too. Belief is kind of like the opposite of doubting, kind of. So when I feel myself doubting, I try to believe. What else can I do? When I feel myself feeling discouraged, it helps me to lock back in. You might feel too demotivated to believe, but dig deep. You might think you're searching for motivation by watching this video, but I think you already have motivation. That's why you clicked on this video. Or because you were curious about a little YouTuber, you know? Subscribe, you feel me? Subscribe. But think about it. If you didn't have any will to go on, then why would you click on this video? You want to go on. So if you can't tell yourself to get up, then I got you. Get up. Like, no, actually, get up. Prove to yourself that you have the will to do something. I can call someone that failed 1,000 times many different names. I could call them a failure. I could call them persistent. I could call them someone that's brave enough to try again and again. I could call them inspirational. I could call them admirable. So why do you choose to call yourself a failure when you got so many different things, so many different positive things to call yourself? Don't label yourself as something negative. We're all human beings. I'm no better than you, and you're no better than me. So I'll say it just one more time. Just because you fall doesn't mean you fail. Okay, deuces. Mwah.
Bro, this the end of the video. It's the end of the video. I recorded yesterday nighttime, then I woke up, recorded it in daytime, then it got to nighttime again. Now I'm uploading. That's crazy. All right, later. Subscribe.